Okay. Now that's more like it. All right. Here we go. New York and Knicks fans all over the world. That's more like it. That's what we expect from this team. A team comes in crippled to your home arena, or even if you visit their home arena and they're crippled like the Charlotte Hornets were, you don't take a team lightly. You take them deadly serious and you show it and prove it on the court. And that's what the New York Knicks did today. They won their 12th game of the season. They just finished game 20. We are one quarter of the way through the 2024-25 NBA season, and the Knicks are 12-8. They are fourth in the East, and I believe that they're just barely scratching the surface of what they can accomplish. And there's been some great news. It's a big relief for everyone who was worried about Mikal Bridges. He just had his best game as a Knick today, and he did it with tremendous efficiency. And he also delivered on the defensive end. He played some excellent defense on DeJounte Murray, who I think this was his third or fourth game back from injury as a Pel. But the Pelicans were missing, I think half their starting roster. They were missing Zion and Ingram, their two leading scorers. They're missing their best defender, Herb Jones, and I think their best defensive guard as well, Alvarado. They were missing him. So, yes, the Knicks put a serious beatdown on these Pelicans. They led by 40 at one point. Thibs cleared out the bench with 9 minutes left in the game, and you guys know that that's a miracle. That is a miracle. And it was a smart move, as Monica McNutt said in the postgame, because the Knicks have a big game coming up on Tuesday. It's the final NBA Cup game of the group stage. The Knicks and Orlando Magic are tied 3-0. They're in the same group. The winner advances. And I believe if we lose, we don't advance. I don't think we get the wild card, but Orlando can. I think because of the points differential. I'm not 100% about that, but the point is, we're playing here at home. We should win that game. And being able to rest the starters really helped tremendously. Hopefully will help tremendously. Well, welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George. I hope everyone had an excellent Thanksgiving. I took the Charlotte's game off. Honestly, it was it put me in such a bad mood. I just didn't feel like doing a recap, and plus, I had holiday commitments and my family and stuff. So I just figured let that one go. Hopefully we'll take care of business on Sunday. I can come out here and, enjoy this recap, man, because, sometimes doing these recaps when it's like a terrible loss is just brutal. So didn't want to spoil my holiday any further than having to watch that game, which was terrible. But tonight was almost the exact opposite. Someone tweeted out the Jekyll Knicks. They're very Jekyll and Hyde. I referred to them as an enigma. And this is kind of proving it. However, it's also proving to us that we really have to chill, because this is a new-ish team. Unlike the Cavs and the Celtics and even the Magic, this is a newish team. We have 40% of our starters are new, and our bench is depleted. And our key members of our bench is depleted. So our depth has taken a hit. So Thibs and the players are trying to figure it out. And luckily, Mikal Bridges has great teammates that believe in him and a coach that believes in him. And today he rewarded them for them trying to make sure that he can break through his funk by looking for him, finding him where he can thrive. And man, was that three-point shot sweet tonight. He tied a season high 7 3-pointers, a career high 7 3-pointers for himself. But let's get to it. I do have highlights for you guys. So here it is. The final score is 118-85. And like I mentioned, for the last 9 minutes, it was just the bench coming in. Even Thibs even played Jericho Sims and Ariel Hakporti on the court at the same time. And I'll tell you, depending on how much longer it takes for Precious to return, there's signs that he might actually return as soon as the Orlando game. It's possible, but let's not get ahead of ourselves until we actually get a word. But that should be when around the time when he should return. But let's say he doesn't. Let's say he needs another week or so. Having those two guys on the court at the same time for that second unit might really be a smart move, because it'll help rest the main guys a little further. OG can get some rest, and so can Towns. Can get some, and Mikal Bridges, who's leading the league in minutes played once again, which I do think is a reason why he has been suffering on the offense and the defensive end this season with the Knicks. I think he has been he's run himself into the ground, and then coming to play for Thibs doesn't help, because that's exactly what Thibs does to players. But there's nothing that's going to change about it. He's just going to have to figure it out and work his way through it, just like he did tonight. Here he is, 31 points for him, season high in points. That's his Knicks career high. 31 points for him on 12 of 19 shooting. That is some beautiful efficiency. 63.2% for him. This is a guy who's been struggling mightily, but he's been struggling mightily. He was under 30% from the three-point line going into this game. He connected on 7 of 12 attempts for him. Shot 58.3% for Mikal Bridges. Excellent night, 4 rebounds, and again, his defense was markedly improved tonight. The Knicks were creating a lot of deflections. They were harassing the Pelicans, as they should. They just took care of business tonight, which is great. It's their first game back home after an 11-day road trip, 5 games, and that was a tough trip, man. It started us off in Phoenix. It's blistering hot always in Phoenix. I do believe the team made a mistake by staying an extra night or 2. I know they stayed 1 extra night, but they may even have stayed 2 extra nights in Phoenix, which then cost them the Utah game, in my opinion. They came out, they looked flat. They just didn't have it after having an excellent game in the Valley of the Sun. And then, so they go to the altitude, Utah, and then they go to a even higher altitude of Denver, but took care of business there, won that game. But then at Dallas, they come out, they look flat, and they got beat, which was a bummer. And then they go to Charlotte, and it's tricky because the scheduling gods basically were trying to punish the Knicks for some reason. They have to stay in Dallas for Thanksgiving. I think they stayed in Dallas for Thanksgiving, or they went to Charlotte. Either way, they're on the road for Thanksgiving, and then they had a noon start on Black Friday. That's just brutal. I don't know why they did it that way, but it happened. The Knicks luckily were able to pull that win out. It disgusted me the way it occurred. It was just a 1-point victory. Neither team even cracked 100. It was just abysmal, but they got the win to finish the road trip 3-2. So, hey, look, like I said at the beginning of this, before the road trip began, if we come back 3-2, I'll be happy. But 4-1 would really be sweet. And this team could have gone 5-0. They actually could have gone 5-0. So, but I think that type of team is coming. I think it's coming. The run that we saw that this Knicks squad went on last January, or this January, January 2024. They went on a tremendous run. I think they were 14-2 for the month of January. I believe that they have a really nice, long, sustained winning streak ahead of them. Once they start, like Mikal Bridges clicking on offense on a night when Brunson, he shot 36.4% from the field. 16 points for him, did go to line 5 times. So on a night where Brunson struggles from the offensive, from the scoring points, and Towns struggled scoring points as well. He was 1 of 5 from the 3-point line, Karl-Anthony Towns. A guy like Mikal Bridges comes through with 31 points, and that's this kind of team. Any night, any of the 5 starters, except for maybe Josh Hart, could give you 30 points. It's legit. We saw OG give 40 points the other night, and OG is a great example of what Mikal should be leaning into. OG did not have a good offensive game tonight. 0-3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 10 overall. But he got 7 points, but he got picking up 4 blocks and 3 steals. So he had 7 stocks, and his defense was phenomenal. He doesn't let a poor offensive night bother him on the other end, like a lot of players do, like it seems like Mikal has been doing, which is what Thibs intimated previously. So, but there's people are different. But at this level, you need to play through these things. So right now, this team is beginning to gel, and man, Miles Bridges, Miles McBride, Miles McBride, Deuce, excellent off the bench himself. Really impressive. We're going to get to those things, but let's look at this. Karl-Anthony Towns ties his season high 19. I think this is a season high 19 rebounds. He may have already had one game with 19 rebounds. He was a beast on the boards. Beast. 14 points, 2 assists. Didn't really have the touch. He hit that 1 3-pointer, but that was it. And yet the Knicks ruled the Pelicans by 40. That is the mark of a good team that is taking care of business, and they're starting to feel connected. So we got the stats here. Let's get to the highlights. All right, the game started out with Josh Hart. Got them rolling. Nice 3 for him. Josh Hart tonight in his 31 minutes of play. 12 points, 2 steals, even got a block, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists for him. But he shot, again, so efficiently. 5 of 9 from the floor, 55.6%. 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 66.7%. Do I wish he would shoot the 3 a little bit more? Yes, I do. But for him, 31 minutes of play, that's like a night off almost for him. I already mentioned OG Anunoby in his 31 and a half minutes of play. He had 7 points only, but he picked up those 7 stocks, 4 blocks, which is awesome. As Clyde mentioned during the broadcast, the Knicks have not done well. I think they're averaging 3 blocks a game. So the thought that OG can come through with that many blocks, fabulous. Look at this. It was 33-10 after the first quarter. The New York Knicks in the previous 2 games had totaled a combined 30 points in the first quarter. They had 15 points against Dallas and 15 points against Charlotte. Tonight, they light the Pels up for 33 points. And that's on a night when Brunson wasn't even the ones initiating or Towns. Look at that. Beautiful steal, breakaway, and a dunk by OG. Just a one-man band. All right, Brunson was effective from the three-point line, though. 3 of 7 for him, 42.9%. But his passing was outstanding tonight. He finished with 9 assists. But the way he is finding his teammates is... wait, there you go. There's another one. Beautiful alley-oop. He also had a beautiful bounce pass to Mikal Bridges cutting. Mikal Bridges is timing his cuts much better. Nice fast break right there. Look at this. Look at that score. It's crazy. It was such a relief. And Bridges was hitting 3-pointers from all over the floor, not just from the corner. He has been doing great from the corner, but above the break, I think he was in the low teens. Was his 3-point shooting average. Well, not tonight. 7 of 12. He hit from everywhere, and he hit some tough ones too. There's Matt Ryan got into the game tonight. Finally, everyone got into the game. Ariel Hawk-Bordy, Tyler Kolek, even Jacob Toppin saw some time on the court tonight. All right, here we went back around. All right, let's get into this. Let me show you this, guys. All right, we're going to look at the stats like this right here. I want to show you what the Knicks did to the Pelicans. Look at this. They held the Pelicans to just 14.8% from the three-point line. Now, there were some just three-pointers that they just missed, but the perimeter defense was much, much better. It was plain to see to the eye. And what's nice is Towns is not doing the drop coverage anymore. He's basically hedging, and it's helping the defenders kind of lock up the three-point shooters and get them to look for alternatives, which is huge. And if they try to force a shot, they try to force the shot, and that's great. Force a three-point shot. It's not going to go in. Proof, only connected on 4 of 27 3-point attempts tonight. That was awesome. We look here at, I rattled off a lot of these stats already for you guys, but it's always nice to see them with your own eyes. 31 points for Bridges, 14 for Towns, 16 for Brunson, 12 for Hart. OG 7, only 7 for him. OG, since his 40-point outburst, has struggled offensively as of late. But I don't expect that to last. And on top of that, he's playing just phenomenal defense. There was a play where, I believe it was Daniel Theis came down. He was coming for a dunk. OG came up, blocked it himself. The ball went to, I can't remember who got it, but they got on the fast break. They got the ball to Bridges on the left elbow for a 3, drained it. That was the vision that Leon Rose has when he acquired both those guys. It took a little bit of time, but that is the vision. And that vision, I'm telling you, it's going to become commonplace as we move forward into the season. So we look at these 20 games where when they started out that first night against the Boston Celtics, where they got annihilated and everyone was worried. And you look at them as of late, they have scored over 130 points, 1, 2, 3 out of 4 games, and then tonight they could have, if they had left the starters in, this could easily have been a 130-point game. So their offensive firepower is there. It comes down to the defense. But with the defense, remember, look, this is now the 6th time this season in just 20 games that the Knicks have held an opponent to under 100 points. So they are a bit Jekyll and Hyde-ish. And if teams are hitting that 3-pointer, it's gonna be tough to overcome it if you're not also hitting the 3-pointer. And that's just the reality of the NBA today. That's the situation for all teams, even the great defensive teams. That's still the situation for them. Not that the Knicks are they're not a great defensive team. That's one thing that they need to continue to work on right now. But when you look at the defensive rating for the season, the Knicks are down 22nd right now. So they're in that bottom third. They need to creep back up. They're at 114.6 points per 100 possessions for their defensive rating. But their offensive rating for the season, get ready for this, guys. Offensive, the New York Knicks are number 1. The New York Knicks have the number 1 rated offense in the NBA right now. And then the most important thing is net rating. Net rating, they're 6th. They slipped a little bit. They were up to 7.1 or something. Now they're 6.5, but that is still excellent. Now, if they can continue that throughout the season, we know some of these other teams are going to drop. The Knicks just need to improve that defense, and that's going to come also through familiarity, understanding, when to blitz, when not to blitz, when to switch, and understanding. Here's the one thing that they need to really do. Force the ball into the hands of the guy you want to shoot. That's something that Thibs has been successful throughout his entire head coaching career, is being able to funnel the ball to the weakest shooters in the game or the less efficient areas of the floor. That's why he says his most important stat as a team is defensive field goal percentage. So, all these cries for, hey, Thibs is not the right guy, we got to fire. I don't believe Thibs is the wrong guy right now for this team. If we have a potent offense like this, number one, who is a better coach to improve the defense than Tom Thibodeau? Nobody. There's nobody better. So we need to, and also we have 2 excellent defenders that are on their way. Precious is a very, very good defender, and his length is excellent, and he can also shoot the 3, so he can still stretch the floor. And then we have the block nest monster, who is working his way in. He's out there. He's starting to train with the team, but nothing. He hasn't really no contact yet whatsoever. But it's going to happen. They said December or January. I think it might be by Christmas time we might see Mr. Mitchell Robinson out on the court. Now, it's going to take him time. It takes him a while to get back into full conditioning, which is why I'm expecting another Jan Knicks run. I believe the Knicks are going to repeat what they did in 2024, the Jan Knicks. They're going to repeat that in 2025 once again. That's just my feeling. That's just my instinct about it, especially when you're looking at the type of offense these Knicks have right now. Even when you look at the true, I think they're leading the league in free throws as well, free throw percentage. True shooting, they're number 2 between Cavs and Celtics. Field goal percentage, number 2. Turnover percentage, 4th. They lately they have been gotten a little sloppy taking care of the ball. In this game, I think they allowed 19 turnovers, 18 turnovers or something, but they have had games where they had 9. Under in single digits. They're at 13.0, 4th. They protect the ball 4th best in the league. Those are crucially important things, but nothing to me is as important as what's been happening here with the assist percentage. The Knicks normally, the Tom Thibodeau Knicks have been in the bottom, the worst. They've been 30th or 29th throughout, like last season, in assist percentage, in assists per game. Now they're up to 14th right now. That is sweet stuff. That is some sweet stuff. But let me look at what are they actually averaging per assist per game right now. They are actually averaging 27.8 assists per game, which is good enough for 9th best in the league. Fabulous. So they're sharing the ball and they're protecting the ball. That is what this team, those are key ingredients for a great offense, because when you turn the ball over a lot, you compromise your defense, and that limiting those turnovers helps you a lot in the long run. All right, let's get back to these here. Here we go. Move to this. Here's the plus minus. The plus minus is just a shocking number for Mikal Bridges. And his 30, how many minutes did he play today? 31? No, actually, Mikal Bridges played 35 and a half minutes. He had a plus 40. He was a plus. So while he was on the floor, the Knicks destroyed the opponent by 40 points. Anunoby a plus 32, even though he only delivered 7 points himself. Towns a plus 17. Brunson a plus 29. I like the type of defense Brunson played tonight. On the times when he was matched up on DeJounte Murray, I thought he did a very good job of disrupting him. And Josh Hart, the Swiss Army knife. I mean, right away, I think it was like the first or second possession of the game. I forgot who it was. Someone else on the left corner behind the three-point line. Josh Hart just harasses him and forces the guy. It was Trey Murphy. Forces him to commit a turnover right away. And Mike Breen said it right there. He says, if you need an example of why Josh Hart is so special, it's that kind of play. You won't see it on the stat sheet, though that you will, because he caused the turnover. But he only got credited for 2 steals tonight. You know, he probably was a part of at least 5 or 6 steals. So that just shows how valuable he is to this team. And then when you look at Jericho Sims, 4 points for him, 13 rebounds for Jericho. Nice game for him tonight. He was a plus 16. I thought this was one of his best games that he's had in a while. Now, again, he's not facing big, like a big on the other end that really is some troublesome. So you have to take that into account as well. But Deuce McBride, 13 points for him, a plus 18. Excellent. Look at that, 30 assists for them. The Knicks had 10 steals, 9 blocks. Excuse me, that's a plus 19 in stocks. Excellent. But the 17 turnovers was a little bit worrisome. Get here to the Pels. McCollum, 13 points, no three-pointers. The only one that hit a three-pointer in the starting unit was Trey Murphy, who was 3 of 9, and he was 3 of 14 overall. Not a good offensive game for him. Javonte Green, oh yeah, that guy. He's an interesting player. I thought he might be an interesting Thibs guy. Anything else interesting here? Not really. It's nothing really that interesting here. Except Elfrid Payton. The return of Elfrid Payton to the Garden. 17 minutes for him, 3 of 6, 6 points. 7 assists. Even if when everyone returns for New Orleans, he probably will find a job in the NBA again. He was out of the game, I think, last year, I believe. So, but we don't want him on our team. We don't want him on our team. He doesn't play the right way. All right, the Knicks were not even shooting that great overall from the floor in that first half. I think they were in the low 40%. I think they were like 42% or something, 41%, I believe. So they brought that up a bit to 45.7%, but they shot 44.4% from the three-point line, 20 of 45. When the Knicks shoot like that, they're going to win. They're going to beat anybody, pretty much. There's very few teams that can win. It can beat this Knicks team when they shoot like that. 14 of 16 from the free throw line, 87.5%. Just destroyed them on the board, 60 to 42, a plus 18 right there. Just, the assist, sharing the ball, destroyed them there, a plus 10 for the Knicks there. Steals, the Pels, look at that, 14 steals for them. That was part of our turnovers. We did not take care of the ball as well as we should have tonight, but it didn't really hurt us. Fast break points, the Knicks won that battle 22 to 14. The points in the paint, Knicks lost that battle. That's because they were hitting the three-pointers like incredible pace. So it's a minus 20 right there. And the largest lead was 41 at one point. Fabulous. So, Mikal Bridges. We know that this team cannot accomplish the vision. They cannot accomplish the vision, which is having these wings out there that can basically shut down the opponent's wings and that they can deliver like stellar three-point offense and keep the ball moving. Now, and they can't accomplish the goal of winning a championship without Mikal Bridges playing the way we know he can play, the way he has played his whole career. He's been known as the best role player in the NBA. He was runner-up, Defensive Player of the Year just, I believe, 3 seasons ago, maybe 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, a Defensive Player of the Year runner-up. He's gone to a finals with Phoenix. He has been a winner everywhere his entire life. One of the issues, I believe, is I think his body may have worn down some during this stretch, and also he's in a new environment. His game, he's sacrificing more of his game than most of the other Knicks starters. So he's in a more difficult situation. But tonight is a great example of how he can break out of it. And I believe that this could be the beginning of a nice run for him, which could also coincide with a great run for the Knicks. So Tuesday night's game is going to be a great indicator for me personally, even though the Magic, who have won 6 in a row, are doing it without Paolo Banchero. But Franz has been playing out of his mind. And his brother Mo obviously gives some great size down low. And Suggs is an excellent defender. So we're going to see. This is going to be a challenge. However, it's on our home court. The Knicks better not fuck around and take care of business and get that win on Tuesday. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.